Hello, I'm Shakti Tracy of Diamond Harp Network, and I just want to come online today to share a shamanic journey with you today. I learned this shamanic journey from my teacher Stephen Mulhern when I was at Lendrick Lodge in Scotland at the weekend. Scotland. And it's a journey to connect to our ancestors, to find an idea of how we can best serve ourselves and the community around us during this difficult time of change. You know, I've been isolating for the past 3 days, and I've been really touched and had my heart melted really by the lovely offers of help that I've had, and people dropping little bits of food off for us on the doorstep, extra biscuits in a bag. You know who you are who did that. Just honestly, you know, I'm not sure if I had corona or not. You know, it did have the symptoms, but it was a very short one. But it's just, as soon as I'm out there, like, I just really want to, you know, be there for other people in my community the way people have been there for me. It's really made a difference. So I think, you know, more than ever, we've got a chance to really step up and be there for each other. It is tough times. I know it's tough times. Like, I've had to cancel my work. I know people who've lost jobs, and, you know, there's a lot of worries, but, you know, we get to create, you know, we get to give meaning to that. We get to give meaning to everything, you know, and if we can, you know, despite the social distancing, if we can actually create more community, you know, more love, more kindness in the world, that's an amazing thing, you know. So anyway, in this shamanic journey, so if you've never done shamanic journey before, don't worry, because it isn't hard. It's not rocket science. It's basically a way of creating a bridge between your conscious and your subconscious, you know, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't come with a belief system. I don't care, you know, if you believe in ancestors, believe in gods, goddesses, or whether you think it's just your own imagination, party of self, the collective consciousness. It doesn't matter, but it's a way of getting insights and ideas outside of your normal rational mind. And we do this by starting with a bit of a visualization to lead us to a different place, and then just allow our imagination to flow while I'm doing the drum. The drumming helps to get out with the rational thinking and create like a bit of an altered sort of state. And people sometimes think like, oh, is it just my imagination? You know, well, yeah, it is. It is just your imagination, but your imagination is actually not just your imagination. Your imagination is an amazing visionary tool that has been used to create everything that you see around you. You know, not your imagination, but humans' imagination. The potential of the imagination of humanity is what creates civilizations. It's what is going to be guiding the energy through all these changes. You know, it's how we rebuild things after this has happened, and how we take care of each other through this. So anyway, the journey that we're doing today, we're going to go back. We're going to go back in time, and we're going to connect to ancestors who had the wisdom and ability to adapt to the changing circumstances, and that is how they were able to survive, you know, this ability to adapt to changes. And we're going to go travel back in time. We're going to connect to an ancestor who's got some guidance on how we can best serve our community, our families, our people at the moment during this time. And by saying, what can I do to serve? It may not even be an action. It may be that you can best serve the community by really looking after your own health, your own welfare. I was really surprised. I was just told, like, be still, Tracy, be still. You have to be, you know, this is a crazy time, lots of chaos going around. You can be an anchor for stillness through this, which I wasn't expecting. But then I came home, and the next day I was in self-isolation with my kids. So, you know, I was forced into stillness, even if I didn't expect it. So anyway, we're just going to do the journey. I'm going to drum for about 10 minutes, and then I'll call you out of it. So if you start the journey, you start by closing your eyes, and we can imagine like a golden thread that's weaving backwards through time until you connect to an ancestor. We're going to hold the intention, because it's really important when we do the journey that we'll hold the intention that we're going to connect to an ancestor who has got some guidance somewhere on how we can best serve our community during this time, and just see what comes up. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm just making this up, honour what it is that you're making up in this journey, you know, because we're all holding this intention that this journey is here to discover how we can best serve our community at this time. So if you just begin, you can either lie down, you can sit, you can dance, whatever feels right to you. And you just start by closing your eyes, and remember, we're going to imagine that golden thread going back through time till you meet with your ancestor. going back to the space wherever you find yourself, and just allowing yourself just to gently wake up and giving thanks to for any of the guidance that you received. It's always lovely to give thanks. If you have a notepad and pen anywhere handy, it can be really good just to write it down like now, before you forget. Sometimes in the writing down of it, even if you think, oh, I only got that little bit, sometimes as we'll write it down, we'll get more insights of different things that come up. So I really hope that you got something from that. If you didn't, try it again. You know, sometimes it can be just takes a little bit of practice. It might be in the right moment now, but do try it again, keep practicing. But I'd love to know what you got, and I think it just really helps to share the positivity and, you know, this idea that we're coming together, we're creating more community, creating even more community through the social distancing, and through realising, you know, how important community is, you know, how important, you know, we are to each other, you know, and let's bring some positivity. Let's share with insights, you know, not just for us, but for ourselves, for each other too, you know, to bring more positivity and for people to know that, you know, there's good people out there and we want to make a difference. So and I'd just love to know what you say. So if you post in the comments below, it would be lovely to hear. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.